All right, my friends, I am going to play this for you. It's the compilation of this, but I think I'm also going to try to sit in the background, and I just don't want them to tag me for community guidelines for having unoriginal content. So I might stop it here and there and interject or wave my arms so it doesn't just seem like the same videos to them, but I think it's a really good compilation that really makes you know. So enjoy. You still don't know Brad plays Benicio? Well, I'm going to give you a little compilation of all the videos I've done on this. Enjoy. Do you still not realize that they're all playing multiple roles? And I'm not just talking this guy. I'm talking all of them. Why don't we take a look at two supposedly different individuals in Benicio del Toro and Brad Pitt? They look kind of similar, right? Kind of real similar? Very similar. Even in their younger years? Oh, yeah. But that's all it is, right? Similarity. They just have similar features. They couldn't possibly be the same person, right? Well, let's take a closer look and see what we can find. Did you ever see when Benicio won an Oscar? He kind of runs like somebody I know. I don't know. There's just some similarities to it. Maybe it's just me. Although he does celebrate as he's being handed an Oscar. It's not just you. Oh, and did you see who just happened to hand him that Oscar? Brad Pitt's wife, and she just happens to be looking very adoringly at Benicio and seems pretty chummy with him for photos. But again, it's just coincidence. I'm making too much of this. Just coincidence. Kind of like the coincidence of them sitting very identically and having the exact same mannerisms. And did you know they both just happen to be known for eating food a lot in their movie roles? They sure do.
Handle food better on screen than anybody I've seen. And I want it.
Talent. It's talent. They both have talent at eating food on screen. Imagine that. Imagine that. Well, why would they do this? You're probably asking yourself. Why would they go through the trouble? Tell us. I'll tell you. It's to give you the most skewed sense of reality possible. So you don't know left from right, and up from down, and round from flat, and you have to ask them and rely on them for all the answers. Because then they have all the power. I don't know the answer. So the sooner you realize this is a reality and this is a reality, the sooner your mind is open to what reality actually is, and you can take your power back. That's what I did, and I feel better than ever. And of course, this is all for entertainment purposes. These guys are probably just from the same genetic line, way, way back from that English king that all the presidents are related to. Entertainment purposes only. Next. Did you see my Brad Pitt is Benicio del Toro post yesterday? I did. It got a lot of views. It did. The one where I make a pretty solid case that Brad Pitt is actually Benicio del Toro. Tell us more. Even down to that Brad Pitt, very distinct, unhideable jawline. Well, there are a lot of trolls in the comments and also making their own videos showing this. Oh my God, they're in the same picture. It couldn't be them. Yeah, because it's real hard to doctor a photo. Oh my God, I must have a twin. That's a lot of Tyler. But let me tell you what's actually going on. Multiple people play him. Do they look similar? I think so. And if you can't see that, you're just choosing not to see that. Because it's clear as day. I think he played them in Usual Suspects. And not just Brad and Leo, but also Tom. And again, if you're choosing not to see this, it's just because you got those blinders on and you're too blinded by these celebrities that you can't see what's really going on. I think he played them in Wolfman. These are all supposedly Benicio del Toro. Wolfman. Do they look like the same person to you? Brad, Leo, Tom. Definitely Brad. If you can't see it, I just can't help you. Definitely Brad. It's the same thing they do for a certain guy up there. When he's falling, it's him. When he's talking, it's him. I don't know when it's him, but I think once in a while. The sooner you realize these guys aren't our friends and can't be trusted, just like the people in the government, the better off you're going to be. I'm not going to say a lot in this video. I'm just going to show you some comparisons of two supposedly different individuals in Brad Pitt and Benicio del Toro. Let's first start off with how much these individuals just happen to look.
Maybe I'll make a comeback. Let's
and how when you split their faces, they seem to be pretty symmetrical, even when you use several different photos.
Yep.
But just because they look alike and their faces are symmetrical doesn't mean they're the same people, right? Because if they were the same people, it would be hard to hide some of those mannerisms that are just so deeply ingrained in us that even if we were trying to act like a different person, they might still shine through. But so what? They look alike and move alike and have symmetrical faces. It's not like there's some sort of identifying factor that could prove that they're the same person. Because if that existed, someone somewhere would have found it and would have shown the world. So it must not exist. Or maybe, just maybe, no one's ever come along with such a sheer will to expose what we've all been lied to about for a long time, and had the ability to break down images in film and do it in a way that was relentless to the fact that you would know that they were the same people.
I could have used a little more humility there.
Must not exist, though.
Could have.
Before I leave you and tell you this was all for entertainment purposes, I just want you to watch one of their faces morph into the other and just soak it all in. And realize when your brain starts realizing what's going on here, that it will be okay. You're gonna be all right. But it's time you know this.
Clones. They're the same people.
But of course, this was all for entertainment purposes. I know that Brad Pitt and Benicio del Toro are two totally separate individuals and they are just doppelgangers, or maybe they're just clones. I don't know. Couldn't possibly just be someone wearing a mask. You still think the Oscar goes to the best performance in a movie role? Aw, that's sweet. What if it was given for a role that you're not supposed to know about? Case in point, Benicio del Toro. Have you ever thought about his name? Well, the name Benicio is derived from the name Benedict, and Benedict just happens to be associated with the biggest traitor in the United States history. And del Toro, well, of the bull. If you're not talking about bull in terms of animals, bull means untrue. So his name literally means traitor of the untrue. These awards are not what you think. And once you realize that, well, you'll stop looking up to these phony baloney liars. But that was sure nice of them to let Brad Pitt's wife present it to him while he was in costume. That was thoughtful of them.
That was very nice.
Maybe they are actually nice people and just trying to entertain us, not deceive us. Of course not. They wouldn't do that at all. They're well-meaning people on TV. I love watching TV and looking up to them. So great, so fun, such a great way to pass the time. This was all for entertainment purposes, of course.
All right, I'm about to try to post this. Wish me luck, but if you're seeing it, it means it was good, and they didn't give me any of these. Thank you guys so much for the subscription, and I hope you continue, blah, 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 blah. I hope you continue monthly, because I want to keep bringing you the good stuff. Have a great day.